Welcome back to Money Wise with Brian. My name is Brian Alexander, and thank you for joining this YouTube channel. Thank you for liking previously, really appreciate. This is tip number 4. Tip number 4, we spoke about mindsets, we've spoken about attitude of gratitude, we've spoken about setting up a plan. Now we're on tip 4. So let's just say we've set up a plan and we have a plan in place already. Okay? You want to create, let's take some examples. You want to be able to create a certain wealth plan, and that wealth plan will be a $500,000 house by the sea. Okay, sounds good. Sounds like a good one to have. $500,000 house by the sea. Second part of your plan is you've got 2 children and you want to save up $150,000 to $200,000 towards their university. You want to make sure they have a great education. Third part of your plan is you want to create 6 months of disposable income in your bank account. Fourth part of your plan might be you want to make sure that you can have $1.5 million on pension. That's the capital value of your pension. So you have a very clear plan. That's what your plan looks like. And now you need to do the next tip. Tip number 4 is evaluate. Evaluate. Maybe you have a property. Maybe you have investments already. Okay? Maybe you have a 401k or a retirement plan or pension plan with your work or privately. So you might have all of these things that are in place already. Maybe you have none of them at all. Maybe you just might have one. So evaluate is to look at what you have and seeing its value. So it's not just looking in and saying, I have that, but how valuable is it? And how far is it on the way to achieving your $500,000 house by the sea, your 200,000 odd university fees, and your pension of 1.5 million, and your 50,000 or whatever 6 months of disposable income. How far are you on the road to meeting that, and how valuable is it? So let's take an example of pension. If I to evaluate a pension, I'm going to look at it and say, number 1, how much do you currently have? So whatever the value is at that point of time, it might be 200,000, might be 500,000, might be 100,000, whatever the value is of that. So its value is there. Secondly, what is it going to achieve? Well, then you're going to have to look at its history to see what it has achieved up to now. Has it returned at 2%, 5%, 10%? What's its return? And then you can have some sort of idea what it's more than likely, there's no guarantee, but more than likely going to do in the future. And I've looked often at people's pension funds and I say, how's your pension fund going? And the answer will be, I think it's going all right, or good, I think. But there's more I thinks than I know that it's going well and it's doing X. And that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting it to do 6%. It's doing 6% return, and I'm going to make 1.5 million by the time I retire. That's very often not the answer that I get. So it's to look at the pension fund, and in this particular instance, and say, right, I'm evaluating that. This is the current value. This is the type of return it's got. So this is what the end result is going to be. Are you happy with this return? In other words, if it's 2% or 6 or 10%, are you happy with that? is that what your expectancy level is? Now, everyone's expectancy level is different on percentage returns. We all know and understand that. Some have got much higher expectancies, some have lesser. It's to do with risk. But we're not, that's not our point. Our point is evaluate. Evaluate very clearly for yourself. Are you achieving what you are expecting? Are you achieving what you are expecting? Okay, extremely important to understand. In other words, as the word says, evaluate, value. How valuable is this pension fund to me, and how is it going to achieve the end result? I've consulted with many people that said, I'm fine. You don't have to talk to me. I'm contributing to my pension fund. I'm fine. I'm already doing that. And the question is not, are you really doing that? What are you expecting to get in the end? And are you doing that up front? So this is the key. What are you expecting and what are you doing here? And if you understand that, then you'll know whether you're actually achieving the right thing and actually doing the right thing towards the pension. So once you've evaluated, right, I've got an understanding, I'm going to be able to reach X amount, I'm going to reach 1 million, now what must I do? That's the, so I'm short of 500,000. I've got 1 million, I'm short of 500,000. So what must I do? I've got 20 years to go. So what do I need to do? That's the evaluation. Can I change and structure this current so that it meets 1.2 million without having to do anything different? Just structure it differently and make sure that it works better for you instead of actually just, adding extra for no reason. You could just structure this correctly and suddenly you're going to have a much better result. That's evaluation. So point number 4, evaluate carefully and see the value of each asset, and is it achieving and will it achieve what you're expecting it to achieve? I'll help you, assist you, and this is part of what I do to be able to make sure that I can, to get to that point of creating that wealth and assisting you in creating that wealth. So, share this video with a friend, and let me assist them as well in creating wealth. So and why not just register as well with our class. So our class is coming up very, very soon. So why not register? In the link below, there's Money Wise with Brian Financial Literacy course, and that might be of great value to it. So click the links below. Thank you very much for joining Money Wise with Brian.